The Bloemfontein High Court will hear Dr Nandipha Magudumana's urgent application to declare her arrest in Tanzania unlawful. The matter was previously postponed to allow all parties, including the Home Affairs Department, to file court papers. In her affidavit, Magudumana claims that she was abducted by South African authorities following her arrest in Arusha. However, the Home Affairs Department says she is misleading the court by being dishonest. Magudumana was nabbed in April, you will remember, along with convicted rapist and murderer Thabo Bester. She is accused of helping Bester escape from the Mangaung Correctional Centre in last year, May. Let's talk now to our colleague, Linda Mnisi, who is at court today. Linda, good morning to you. A completely different court. It's not a magistrate court previously. It's now at the High Court. We know what Nandipha Magudumana claims, and that is that she was abducted and arrested unlawfully by South African authorities in Tanzania. What is the argument from those who are responding? And, of course, they include, among others, the Home Affairs Department.
Well, I think firstly it's quite important to point out that Dr Nandipha Magudumana really wants to put on a gallant fight when it comes to this particular matter. Her legal team this morning walking in with top international law advocate Anton Katz this morning. Mr. Katz, good morning. Who's also joined, the team who's going to represent her. It's quite clear, that she wants to really put on a fight here in challenging this arrest in Tanzania. But you also asked me about, the respondents and what they had to say in those papers, and what they're basically saying is denying all the allegations that were made by Dr. Nandipha Magudumana. In fact, you'll remember that she said, or she indicated, that she was unlawfully arrested by South African police in Tanzania, and what they're saying is that they did not effect the arrest. In fact, the SAPS only effected the arrest once she landed at the Lanseria airport. They go on to detail, in fact, what had happened in Tanzania, in that she was declared a prohibited immigrant on the 12th of April and subsequently handed over to the officials of the South African High Commission there, who ultimately handed her over to the immigration officials of South Africa and then boarded a flight back to South Africa. So they're denying that there was ever an arrest, in Tanzania by South African police. But you also look at her responding affidavit, which she basically also outlines the contradictions and the vagueness of, their response, in that it seems to her this was a clear, calculated arrest and a collusion between South African officials as well as Tanzanian officials to secure her arrest and ultimate deportation. She calls it an extradition disguised as a deportation back to South Africa. So what we'll hear today essentially are the arguments around this and the legality, but most importantly the issue first that pertains to the urgency. We know that the respondents are saying this matter is not urgent. It is in fact a self-created urgency. Oli?
Mnisi, let's leave the conversation there, but quite interesting indeed that there is a very heavyweight lawyer in court and enlisted by Nandipha Magudumana. Clearly, she wants to put on a very strong fight. Anton Katz, as Linda tells us, is now part of Nandipha Magudumana's legal team.